Yo, what up? It's Tommy B. B.A.R.Z president, CEO. This is I guess it's a public service announcement or a special update or news flash, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But basically, we lost a great judge today. We didn't lose him spiritually, but we lost him out of the group. It's your guys' fault. You know what I mean? Like the bullshit comments, the racism, bitching at the judges. I mean, B.A.R.Z as a community, or as a world, whatever you want to call it, we're going to fuck ourselves up. And we're doing that by a number of things. Basically, the racism that I saw at LT the Beast's video, to me, when I first saw it, I didn't seem racist at all. You know what I mean? But black people on the page actually thought it was racist. So, the only time you're allowed to spit shit like that, I mean, you can do promo videos, but when it comes to racist shit, don't, just stay away from it. That will be in review. The B.A.R.Z committee will be talking about that shit tonight. So, LT, you might get a suspension. I know that's not what you're trying to do, but the world is a crazy place, and that's this world shouldn't have racism, and neither should B.A.R.Z. So if you did intend it to be racist, if that was supposed to be racist in any way, you need to check yourself. But I don't think it was. I don't think he meant that. But the world and the B.A.R.Z community, thought it was like that. So new rule: racism shit outside of a battle. If you make a promo, you say something racist on a comment, it's gonna be dealt with. All right, we don't need to hear that shit. That's not what B.A.R.Z is all about, right? Next up, I want to talk about gangster talk. If you claiming you're banging a flag and that you're a Crip or you're Blood or you're affiliated in any gang, basically that can get us shut down. So don't be waving no flags. I mean, if you are affiliated, that's you, that's your style, that's your life. But don't bring that shit in the bars. I mean, you can talk about guns and you can, talk about killing people and shit like that, acting all hard and shit like that for the battle or promo. But when you're commenting on shit like that, they're saying that you're a Crip or a Blood, I mean, that's when you draw the line. Alright? This is a battle page, not a gang war. Right? Same thing with the crews and shit like that. I mean, there's no gang there, but you guys are starting to gang up on each other and shit, and that's entertainment. That's the entertainment part. But when you talk about the real life gang shit, I mean, we keeping that shit out of B.A.R.Z. So it's another thing that I'm gonna look at and I'm start punishing people for. So see that as a warning. I'm not gonna point any fingers on that one. Basically, the biggest reason why we lost Bryan Brothers is because the bitching at the judges' verdicts. Our judging panel is not, so to speak, all the same. You know what I mean? In this league, to succeed in this league, you don't need to be the best at a certain criteria. You don't have to have the best wordplay. You don't have to have the best personals. You don't have to have the best metaphors. In this league, each judge is different. They like different things. In this league, you have to be the total package. You can't just be a one-trick pony. To me, personals are a real big part of battling. If you don't do your research and you don't do your personals, you have no shot. So if I'm a judge, that's the way I judge my shit on. That comes before metaphors and wordplay, to me. That's me. Other judges see it totally different. And that's what makes our judging panel so unique, is that you gotta have the total package to win battles in here. Now on, if I see complaining, it's gonna be strikes against you and suspensions. I mean, I don't have time for. No one has time for that shit. No one ain't got no time for that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, really, let's grow up. Let's be men. And you lose, take the L. Be a man. Don't complain about it and rant. You know what I mean? That shit with the collector. I mean, I think he was a little over his head on that shit. But he did have his point and shit like that. And that's another thing. If you're talking to judges before the verdict's up, I mean, as soon as that judge is tagged, do not talk to the judges at all. If a judge tells me, hey, the MC's in my ear talking shit and, putting down other people's drops, that's suspension, automatic suspension. As soon as that judge tells me, you're suspended. There ain't no executive committee votes on that. I'm gonna drop the hammer. You know what I mean? You do not talk to judges. You talk to judges when you're not battling, but as soon as that judge is tagged as your judge for your battle, you're not allowed to say a word to him until that verdict is done. And I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Randomly, I'm gonna talk to the judges about that shit. So let's eliminate that. I've noticed a lot of no-shows in battles, DQs. It's not an honorable thing to do. If you can't battle, don't tell me that you want to battle. It's wasting my time. I mean, it's wasting other people's time too. So the other MC's gonna get a free win out of it, but really is you just wasted my time because I set up the battle, I made the post, I'm keeping track of the battle, and if you don't show up, I mean, the extensions are there for a reason. Okay, you need to ask for extension or don't ask for a fucking battle. It's the end of the conversation. Repeat offenders suspension. If you do it like 3 times, you're done. Become a judge or something. I mean, there's no point of you battling if you're not going to show up. One more thing. The bullshit comments. Like, there's no reason why a certain person's battle picture or battle video should be, have 300, 400 fucking comments. I mean, that's, that post is for those 2 MCs. I mean, people can talk and like good drop and all that shit, but I don't need to hear them talking about beef on their battle thing. Respect the MCs. The reason why I say that is because it gives the judges a big fucking stack of comments to get through to see a verse or to, to deal with the bullshit. And that can persuade judges' votes too. I mean, the judge can read this and decide, oh, this guy's being like this, so I don't want to vote for him. I mean, that's just gonna, digging yourself a hole. So, and the meme picks, we don't need to overrun that. I mean, some of it's funny, but we don't need to post that over everything. You know what I mean? So basically, stop the bullshit comments. We don't need that. Repeat offenders again. I'm not wasting my time with this shit. You know what I mean? I do this because I like it, and now it's starting to feel like a job, and it's starting to feel like a chore. And that's not the road we want to go down. I mean, everyone loves it, and I love it, but dealing with the bullshit's not cool. You know what I mean? We're going to continue to lose judges if we do this. So let's not piss them off. They're the engine that runs this machine, you know what I mean? So we got to keep that shit good. And, judges are the biggest part of bars. We have a hard time finding judges now. So let's not fuck it up. That's all I gotta say. Got a problem with it? Fuck you. Basically, that's all I'm gonna say is my page. Shut the fuck up. Let's be men. Let's be a battle league. Let's not be a fucking chat line. All right. Peace.